Hey guys, Quackers Clocks here. Today is May 2nd. It's the day after the draft. The draft just happened. I didn't watch the rest of it, but I kind of got caught up with who was picked in each round and stuff. So, I'm here to talk about how the Chiefs did, the Kansas City Chiefs did, since that's my team. I'm not representing the Kansas City Chiefs because I don't have any Chiefs jerseys. I really want to order an Alex Smith jersey so that I can live stream with it on during the draft next year. So I can probably order like an Alex Smith jersey, but this will have to do because it's the Cleveland Browns. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. So yeah. So anyways, that's the irony of it. I'm wearing a Cleveland Browns jersey. This is the fat ass jersey that I was wearing during the streams. But we're here to talk about how the Kansas City Chiefs did in the 2021 NFL Draft. We're not going to be discussing undrafted rookies yet, because I have to read them off because I don't know who they are. I really don't know who they are, to be honest with you. I'm sorry for the notification there. I'm using a Windows laptop to record this, so So in the first round, we did not pick at all because we gave the 31st overall pick away to the Baltimore Ravens. We gave up our first, our third, our fourth, and the 2022 fifth for offensive tackle Orlando Brown, the Ravens' second round pick, and the Ravens' 2022 sixth round pick. So we didn't really get much draft cap. We gave so much draft cap away. We only selected 5 people in the draft, and we signed like a bunch of undrafted rookies too, including a quarterback, which is not really, I don't understand why we'd have to look at to get a quarterback out of a college that I don't even know his name. I know he's just a quarterback, but yeah. So anyways, I'm not going to be talking about undrafted rookies just yet. So I'm sorry, my voice is kind of gone because last night I was at prom. It was really loud and stuff like that. So I'm really sorry about that. So today is May 2nd, 2021. I have 10 more days until my senior internship, which is pretty good. So anyways, I'm going to we've been scrambling on for 3 minutes about absolutely nothing, so I'm going to go and talk about the draft picks. So we did not pick in the first round at all, because we gave that pick to the Ravens. In the second round, they get 2 second round picks because the Ravens traded away their second round pick to us. So they selected 58th overall, linebacker Nick Bolton out of Missouri. And I was pretty salty about this, and then I realized, hey, just for linebacker depth, maybe just put him on the practice squad until one of our linebackers gets injured during the season. We can bring Nick Bolton in and see how he can develop. But I mean, I was like, hey, we didn't need any linebackers, but and then again, the linebackers weren't the issue during the Super Bowl. The defensive issue was the secondary, especially Tyrann Mathieu and Rashawn Breeland, who Rashawn Breeland tripped off Mike Evans for pass interference. Tyrann Mathieu was taunting Tom Brady the whole time. It was just really, really bad. I swear to God, the refs were not happy about that, so they flagged them both and gave the Bucs more advantage. So that's kind of why. It's not that our defense sucked. It's just the refs were flagging us over and over and over for blatant pass interference calls, the taunting penalty, the roughing the kicker or whatever it was, the offsides penalty that gave the Bucs a first down. in the Congrats Chiefs video, I said they gave them a field goal, but I meant to say gave the Bucs the first down, and they didn't really have to kick a field goal. So, yeah, so I don't think linebacker really was that big of a deal with the Kansas City Chiefs. I didn't think we needed a new linebacker, but it's the draft, and they thought that linebacker was an issue, and I didn't think I don't think linebackers had much issues going on with the Super Bowl in that regard, but at least we did go 14-2, and they did lose in the Super Bowl. So technically we went 16-3 because we had the first round bye. So finished out the year 16-3, but okay, let's talk about the next pick in the second round that the Chiefs got. They 63rd overall. They got Creed Humphrey, the center out of Oklahoma. He was on a lot of draft boards, projected to go into the second round, and he falls to us, which is a good thing because we needed a center. I mean, we didn't really need a center. I think our center was fine, and I'm just judging based on how the Super Bowl went. But the Super Bowl, I mean, that's like our worst game, but that's what happens when you get rid of your two best tackles and you have to scramble to find new ones quickly. But we did get Orlando Brown, which is a good pickup. But we gave up a lot of draft caps, so it's an okay trade for me. It's a good pickup just because he's an offensive lineman. He can help protect Patrick Mahomes from blitzes, pressures, and all that stuff. Patrick Mahomes was pressured like 30 times during the Super Bowl, and this was really, really bad just for Kansas City. So, yeah. Alright, so now we go to the third round, in which we don't pick at all, including we don't have any compensatory draft picks, because Chiefs gave it away to the Ravens. Good Jesus Christ. We gave them so much draft cap. So much. Jesus Christ. But anyways, in the fourth round, we selected a defensive end, 144th overall. We selected defensive end Joshua Kando from Florida State. And I was like, did we really need a defensive end? Did we really need a linebacker? We needed offensive linemen. We needed more offensive linemen. The Creed Humphrey pick was solid, but the Joshua Kando pick, it was just I really didn't I didn't see it because we didn't need a defensive end. He would replace Alex Okafor because he can't seem to not hit Josh Allen in the head with a football, because that's what happened in the AFC Championship game, and he got flagged for it, I think. Yeah, it was a flag, and it resulted in a Bills first down. And I think actually it was offset because there were penalties on both sides of the ball, so it was an offset. But it was horrible to watch, to be honest with you. But Kando isn't what we need. I don't understand what Mel Kiper was talking about. He was like, hey, we need linebackers. Hey, we need defensive ends. Hey, we don't need offensive line because our offensive line is fine without Mitchell Schwartz and Eric Fisher, because they were our two best offensive tackles that can actually protect Patrick Mahomes from certain doom, which was the Super Bowl 55. I swear to God, Mel Kiper is... What is Mel Kiper doing? Okay, I just didn't really like the Joshua Kando pick, to be honest with you. It's just not what we need. We don't... I mean, defensive end and linebackers, those are the two things that were fine. The problem was the secondary. We released Bashaud Breeland, kept Tyrann Mathieu, and restructured his contract, I think. So maybe get a new cornerback in the draft. But no, we did not get a cornerback in the draft. Hopefully, this undrafted rookie class gives us a cornerback that could possibly replace Bashaud Breeland, because he's a free agent right now. So, okay, in the 5th round, 181st overall, we got tight end Noah Gray. And I don't understand why we drafted a tight end in the 5th round. We did get a 5th round pick. We got a compensatory draft pick, even though we gave up our 5th round pick to somebody else. I believe it was the New York Jets that we gave up our 5th round pick to. But yeah, I really don't understand why we're drafting tight ends now, because we have Travis Kelce. He's healthy. He's fine. He's been on the team for years. He's been developing. He's a great slot receiver. And then you draft Noah Gray because you think Travis Kelce is an old fossil that can't catch anymore. Bitch, he can catch. He can catch a damn football. That's right. He can catch a fucking football. He's not old. He's not a fossil like Ben Roethlisberger is. Ben Roethlisberger is a shell of what he was. Ben Roethlisberger is basically a shell of himself. Sorry, Steelers fans. You guys are dead to me. I swear to God. The Steelers are just trash. Did you see how they drafted? I mean, they drafted a running back in the 1st round, a tight end in the 2nd round, an offensive lineman in the later rounds. And I swear to God, Pat Freiermuth landed into their hands, and so did Najee Harris, and they don't need these tight ends. I mean, probably to replace Vance McDonald. I mean, if you're thinking about him, if you're thinking about Vance McDonald, I think Pat Freiermuth would be a good replacement for Vance McDonald, since he was the starting tight end for so many years, and then he retired this year, and they were like, hey, we need a tight end, so we got Pat Freiermuth, the one out of Penn State. Yeah, I'm talking about tight ends now, because we drafted a tight end in the 5th round when we didn't really need one, because Travis Kelce isn't a fossil of himself. He's not a shell of himself. He's been on the team for years. He's a good slot receiver, and he can catch a damn football. So, jeez, I'm more salty about the Noah Gray pick than the Nick Bolton pick. Yeah, I'm very salty about the Nick Bolton pick. Don't worry. We didn't need linebackers anyways, so I get linebacker depth. I get tight end depth. But did we really need that? Did we really need that? No, we did not. We did not need a linebacker. We did not need a defensive end. We did not need a tight end. The best picks we had in the draft were Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith, who's the other one that was in the 6th round. Like, they were the only good draft picks. There were only 2 good draft picks out of the 5. Because it's offensive line depth. We got Orlando Brown at tackle. I think we signed somebody else in free agency. But our practice squad tackles sucked during the Super Bowl, and it was just complete shit. But anyways, speaking of Trey Smith, let's talk about him. So, in the 6th round, 226th overall, the Kansas City Chiefs selected Trey Smith, offensive guard out of Tennessee. I don't know where Noah Gray went to school, but Trey Smith went to Tennessee. I didn't really pay attention to where Noah Gray went to school because he was a terrible, shitty draft pick that we got just because they thought Travis Kelce was a fossil of himself. And we did not need tight ends. We didn't need tight ends. We didn't. See this jersey? I'm wearing this jersey because it's the only one I have. I don't have any other jerseys. I only have a Cleveland Browns jersey because it's the only jersey I have. I don't have any Chiefs jerseys. But I am a Chiefs fan. And I followed who the Chiefs picked in the draft. And we did not draft good. The only two good draft picks were Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith. Two good offensive linemen that can block for Patrick Mahomes. Exactly. We didn't need linebacker depth. We didn't need tight end depth. We didn't need defensive end depth. We needed offensive linemen that can block. Exactly. Brett Veach is an incompetent asshole. And I see it during the draft. I saw it during the Orlando Brown trade. I saw it through everything he did during the Super Bowl. He was like, hey, our two best tackles were injured. Why not bring in the practice squad ones just to fuck up everything we worked our asses out for? I mean, seriously, what the hell is Brett Veach doing? He's ruining the franchise, and I swear to God, I just want to rip his face and nuts off, like the monkey did to those rednecks during the Cleveland Show episode, Best Friends. Season 3, Episode 1. Yes, I actually watched the Cleveland Show. I had to go down to Kansas City, Missouri, find Brett Veach, go to his office, and rip his face and nuts off. Because he's an incompetent general manager. The front offices of the Chiefs were not doing good. And I think Andy Reid announced the Noah Gray pick. Or the Josh Kando pick. But what the hell is Brett Veach doing? He's making some shitty moves. Traded all that draft cap for just an offensive lineman. We could have gotten an O-lineman in the draft. Why not? Why are you trading everything? Why are you trading everything we have? I swear to God, I am dumbfounded. But yeah, Trey Smith is a good pick. To be honest with you, he's a guard. He can probably protect Patrick Mahomes better. Our practice squad offensive linemen were complete shit, and during the Super Bowl at least. And hopefully they are not the starting offensive linemen in Week 1. Hopefully it's both Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith at the front of the O-line, and Patrick Mahomes in the back. In the back, hopefully Clyde Edwards-Helaire is still in the backfield along with Le'Veon Bell. I mean, we do have Le'Veon Bell. I mean, he's actually doing better, to be honest with you. Remember all that shit he did in Pittsburgh, and the Jets didn't want him, so and we signed him. And he's a pretty talented running back, except for the rap career. But hey, it's the Kansas City Chiefs, and whatever we do, Brett Veach fucks it all up, and it's just gonna turn into complete shit. So I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully sometime in the future. Bye-bye. Fuck you, Brett Veach.